great session today. It's the color mixing session where I'm going to be mixing greens without buying a single tube of green color. I'm going to be having the dark values of green, the mid values, and the light values. I'm going to be the cool greens, every kind of green that you need in a landscape. After this, you won't need to buy any sap green, viridians, or that parrot radioactive green, which looks like a chemical experiment. It's going to be subtle colors, subtle shades, giving it the most natural greens that you can make. You can use this technique or this color mixing for watercolors. You can use it for acrylics. You can use it for gouache. Today I'm going to be doing a gouache color mixing session. And the colors that I have out are basically, and this is white. I'm going to be using it the least that I can, especially if I just want to have, highlights. I'm going to be using this. I have a blue. Now this is the primary cyan or the cyan, whatever you pronounce it as. I have the primary yellow. I have yellow ochre. I have burnt umber. This is violet cobalt. And this is black. So these are the colors that are going to be used to create greens. So let's just first decide what are we doing today. So we are going to be mixing greens. Oh, yeah. We're going to be mixing some greens. And we're not going to be using any kind of green ready-made tubes, okay? But we're going to create a variety. So now I have got these colors out on my palette. Okay, this is the black, this is burnt umber, this is violet cobalt, this is yellow, that's the primary yellow, this is the blue, and this is yellow ochre. I might use a bit of red also to mix in the greens, but at present I think we're going to be happy with just this. And the other thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just slightly spraying a touch of water. Now this is not tap water. This is properly RO filtered water so that the gouache doesn't catch any kind of mold. You know, gouache does catch mold pretty fast. So when you're using any kind of water, it's better to have filtered water and not just plain tap water. You could avoid your gouache catching mold because tap water could have some form of bacteria which could lead to the kind of a fungal growth. But this, and it could also have the fungal spores, actually speaking. But filtered water doesn't have anything of that sort. So you should use filtered water when you're using gouache. Okay, so now let's get started. So we'll first start with the, so we have yellow. Okay. I think I'll use a brush now. That'll be much better. Let's take a soft brush. Yeah, I do have a nice brush. Okay. And we're going to be starting off with, I think we'll start off with blue. So we have something which is blue. Okay. We're going to be removing it here, cleaning it properly, and using yellow. Now first I'm going to be taking equal amounts. Now yellow is quite a fugitive color, so it turns into the other color pretty fast. Okay, so when we're using blue, this is the green that we're getting. Okay, So this is the green that we're getting. Now this is quite a vibrant green. And the reason being, this is a cool blue. This is a cool yellow. So this is quite a vibrant green. So we have the primary blue, the cyan. We have the primary yellow. And this is the green that we get. Now if suppose, now this is nearly half and half. So we should write that also down. This is 50-50, okay? Now suppose we add in more yellow. So we get a really lovely lime green. Can you see that? Then we get this lovely lime green. Now here, the blue is 25 and this is 75, okay? So this is how we are going to be doing all the mixing. Now this could be used for the grass which is in the foreground. It could be used where light is falling. That's the way this green can be used. Now we tried it with a yellow which is quite cool. Now let's try it with a color that isn't so cool but is actually warm, and that is a yellow ochre. Some water is needed. Now when we're doing it with yellow ochre, now yellow ochre is quite a warm color. Also it's a, what would you say, it's a neutralized color. It's not a pure color, it's quite neutral. So we have again the primary cyan and we have yellow ochre. Let's see what kind of greens are we going to get. Now these greens I think are going to be more of the mid values. Okay, why? Because both these colors are mid values. So we're going to get a really nice, now this is going to be a dull green, as I'll show you. It's definitely darker than that green. Okay, it's quite dark, I should say. This is again 50-50. Let's see if we add in more yellow ochre, how does that go? Again, it dulls down significantly. It has this nice autumn green. It's quite a neutral green. Again, this is 25 blue and 75 yellow. So this was the blues that we, now you, if you don't have this blue, can you use any other blue? Yes, you can use any blue. You could use phthalo blue, you could use ultramarine blue, you could use any kind of blue. So this is what we are going to be getting with blues. You would either get some cool greens, cool vibrant greens, or you could get warm muted greens, okay, depending on the yellow or the blue that you use. Okay, it definitely depends on both. Now we're going to go in with another color, that is, we're going to go in with a violet. Now this violet is a little, I guess. Yeah. So this is the violet that we're using. I think we can put two so it becomes easier at that next one. This is the second violet. Now again we're going to go first with the yellow. Now when you're going in with yellow, I'm going in with the primary yellow. And this green, if you'll see, is again going to be quite neutral because violet has both. It has, in fact, it's looking quite like the yellow ochre because of the red in the violet. Can you see that? It's so similar to the yellow ochre. So you needn't buy yellow ochre. You can just mix it. So this is the violet cobalt. And this is primary yellow. And when we're mixing it in an equal quantity, this is what we're getting. We're getting a nice muted, this is also 50-50. Now let's see when we add in more yellow in it. We can, go ahead and do a landscape after this to see how it works. Now I usually use this mix for I usually use it to paint lemons. This is the combination I used for the shadows in lemons or anything yellow. Okay, maybe it could be a flower, something like that. For the shadow area, I usually go in with this. If I'm using this as the vibrant yellow, I usually go in with this combination for the shadow areas. It's kind of warm, but it feels really nice. Now suppose I want to go in with yellow ochre. How is it going to change? Now it's going to go really dark when I use yellow ochre over here for the mixing. And this will make fabulously dark kind of browns because both have red in it. So this will go more into the browns. So autumn leaves or fall leaves, these are great colors. Okay, can you see how brown that is? And reducing the yellow, violet in it. So this is what we're getting. So now this is the violet cobalt as we have previously used. This is yellow ochre. And we're getting this as 50-50. These are more browns. Or we could call them as fall colors. Okay, this is 25 to 75. Where 25 is the violet and 75 is the yellows. Fine. So we know if we have to mix cool, vibrant greens, both of them have to be cool. The yellow as well as the blue has to be cool to mix the cool, vibrant greens. If we want warm, muted greens, either can be a warm color. Like here we have yellow ochre, which is warmer than the primary yellow. We could also, instead of this, use an ultramarine blue or a Prussian blue, which would again give us warm muted greens. When you go in with violet, you don't need to add red. It has a touch of red, because of which you will have more of the brownish greens or the browns, which are going to be great to be used in fall colors. The next one that we're using is going to be black. When we're using black, I'm just cleaning up the area that I have space to mix in some color. Now black is a color which, or I wouldn't call it a color actually, it really covers up a lot of colors and it's quite dominant. So we are going to be using it very sparingly. And we're going to be using it with both. And here also we are going to be mixing some nice greens. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be using yellow. Now we're going to be just adding a touch of the blue, black. We're not going to be adding 50-50 because I don't know how dominant that is going to go. It's a nice olive green that you can create when you mix primary yellow. I took 50-50 only, not 50 actually. I took a little more than, so we could say that it's a 25-75 because black is such a dominant color. And I don't know whether you can see these colors as beautiful that they are looking. Maybe I'll just add in a photograph in the end or a PDF to show you how the actual colors are, because this is like a really gorgeous olive green. And you can mix that when you add black and yellow. Mix black and yellow, get a lovely olive green. Okay, so we are using black. Now this is ivory black, yeah, plus primary yellow, and this is 25-75. Okay, now we're going to be going in with more yellow to see how light the light color looks. So the combinations are endless, because now you could also add white, you could add a varieties of yellows. It's entirely up to you. So to create these beautiful, this is 10%, I would say this is 5% over here, and this is okay, this is sorry this is 10% and this is 90%. This is olive greens. You can create great olive greens with black and primary yellow. Now we're going again with ivory black, and we're going to go with yellow ochre as we had previously gone with the others. And now again I'm just going to add this, again goes in for more of the browns. Now this is a gorgeous brownish green. Okay, this is a gorgeous brownish green. Let's add some more yellow ochre in it. And it just lightens up. Okay, so these are muted brownish greens. This is around 30, 70, where 30% is the black, and this is 20, 80. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to be trying out is going to be another color that is going to be a phthalo blue green shade. Okay, this is a phthalo blue green shade. This is what we're going to be trying out. Now this, you're going to be seeing some really vibrant greens because this already has a predilection towards green, as you can see. And when we're going to go in again, you're going to get some really good, gorgeous, vibrant greens. Let me show you. This green is now going to be resembling the greens which are super vibrant. As you can see, it's like a really vibrant green. And suppose if we are adding in more of the yellow in it, you'll get a lovely, lovely light green. Okay, see this. So we have a turquoise, or this is, I think, a phthalo green, phthalo green, phthalo green, a yellow, primary yellow. This is 50-50. This is 25-75. Let's see if we can create some muted ones with this. So we're going to be using the yellow ochre over here. Sorry about that. And now we're going to be mixing in a nice another muted green. Just super vibrant also. And if you're going to be adding in a bit more of the yellow ochre, so yeah, that's it. You've got a nice range. So we've got again some lovely, cool, vibrant greens. We've got some muted greens over here. So that's the kind of greens that we can actually mix. We've got quite a wide range. Now, if we just want to again change it a bit more, you could add in more whites over here to get them lightened, to add a more variety of greens. Like for example, if I have, sorry about that, need some water. Yeah. When we're using the white, just show you an example. I have this olive green which is mixed here, and I just added a touch of white, and you can see that we can go lighter and create a beautiful range of colors. Can you see that? We have a lighter variety. Again, I have another beautiful vibrant green mixed over here, and I'm going light, and we have another gorgeous minty light green. So you could add in more varieties by adding in a touch of white. Don't add too much, otherwise it goes into a pastel color. Just a touch of the white to make it more toned down, or you could neutralize it with a white. You could go with a variety of yellows. You could go with another warm yellow like a cadmium yellow, which would then give you another range of greens. It entirely depends on your blues, the green, the yellows that you use, that you can create a variety of greens. You want to turn these vibrant greens into something which is less vibrant. Like I could show you one more thing that you could do. So we have this, I'm going to be mixing it again. I have yellow, I have the primary, okay, and now I'm adding just a touch of red, just a touch. And now you change it entirely into another color. I just added a touch of red. And can you see? It just transformed into another kind of green. This same color plus red takes it to a muted green. Okay, so that's the way you could mix. Sorry about that. You could mix in a lot of variety of colors over here. We're just using blues, yellows, blacks, violets to get your range of greens, and they are more natural looking than a tube of green, which doesn't look natural at all. It looks like, I'll show you a green tube that I have. Rarely used it. This is an acrylic, okay, but I'll just show you. Now this is from the tube. This is a tube. That's quite dried because I haven't been using it. So can you see this? This is a green. It doesn't look natural at all. These are natural greens. You can use them in a combination for your trees, for the landscapes that you paint, and it will really give it. Use a combination of the dark values, the mid values. These are the dark values. You could use the dark value, you could use the mid values, you could use the light values by adding in white, as we've done it over here. and you get a great range of greens. I hope you enjoyed this session, and if there is an other session that you need on color mixing, like could be mixing pinks and oranges, mixing violets and lavenders, or you would like to have a session where I do the mixing as well as do a demo, you can type that down in the messages or the comments so that I know what is to be done and what you would like to see in the future videos. And it was wonderful being online today with all those who could join in. Thank you for being part of this session, and leave in your comments if you want something else to be tried out. Until next time, take care, keep creating, and I'll see you soon for more art magic on Conversations with Canvas. Bye bye, love you. See ya.